There we go. Go ahead, call it out, Yuko.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 13. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Right, which is those European Union kings. Alright, the 10 horns, which have 10 crowns, those are the European kings, and they're agreeing to the NWO. That's why Biden is talking about it.
God. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them.
And how are they going to make war with the Lamb? By coming after his anointed. Who read it? Touch not his anointed. What are they going to do? You just read it too. 2 Ezra 16. A great insurrection against them that love Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. See? They're going to try to make us get us to denounce Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and that's why they're going to bring out that M.o.t.b and make everybody take that thing. But the elect won't. And that's why Yahweh Shai has to shorten the days for the elect's sake. See, that's a promise right there.
Here you said hope means expect, right?
Expect that.
So we're hopeful, we're expecting to be an elect.
It actually says to expect miracles.
Oh, yeah.
You're supposed to be looking for them, praying for them. In fact, we'll finish up with that Job. With the Leviathan.
Okay.
Because I'm hoping to see the Leviathan. I want to see him come out and fuck this place up. You know, I want to see a flying, dragon come out of the nest of a cave, with a bunch of screaming babies of raptors and just start eating Edomites. You know what I mean? I want to see these newly created beasts being reported on. And I'm not saying it like a selfish state. I want to, because all my brothers would enjoy that. Because we want the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to come into existence and be notified throughout the world. Go ahead.
Still on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Revelation chapter 17, at verse 14. Shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
So that's what we got to do. We have to remain faithful. And see, they're going to go to war with us, which that's going to draw Yahweh Shai in. Go to Revelation 12:12.
Okay, Revelation.
That's why this Leviathan's going to come out. I think it's 40 or 41. Go ahead. Because you got the behemoth and you got the Leviathan. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
So who dwells in the heavens? Our Father, who art in heaven, Yahweh Shai, who sitteth at the right hand of our Father in heaven. The angels, like Michael, the archangel. Right? Because they're going to come out of heaven. They're going to come down with the chariots, the so-called UFOs. Why do you think there's an increased sighting over America? Because America is Babylon the Great.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
See, so this devil is coming down with great wrath right now. That's what they're telling you. You're going to have nothing and like it. And these people are able to say these things to the public, and the public ain't doing nothing about it. So guess what they're going to say? They're okay with it. Let's do it. But guess what? There's going to be a sedition amongst men. The Lord's going to put it in their hearts to go against the government. This place is going to get bloody.
Just watch TikTok.
Yeah.
I seen a guy today, because they're trying to take the Second Amendment away.
Yeah.
And he's saying the blood of patriots, or the blood of tyrants and patriots must be water the tree of life.
Right.
And he goes,
and that's why it's been taking so long. Everybody's like, this is just like it always is. It's going to come back. It's all going to go back to normal. No, the Lord's been holding, we just got it earlier, all these things, including the prophet, were created for this generation. See,
You never seen the prophets on the streets.
not like now.
Mm-mm.
And we were allowed to be in this captivity for many generations.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
See, so we're at the end of this captivity. And now it's time for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to visit Esau's sins. Go ahead.
This one?
41.
Job chapter 41 and verse 1. Canst thou draw out the Leviathan with an hook?
Right,
Or-
so the Leviathan is pretty much a sea monster. Alright, which they try to show you that in Godzilla. But once again, reality is more stranger than fiction. So what they show you ain't accurate. Right?
Or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down?
Right, so can you fish for the Leviathan? This Leviathan is just recently, remember they had that footage, the scientists?
In the ice?
And the ice was moving,
Mm-hmm.
and under the water there was a dark thing. And they said this thing of ice that it was moving just by swimming like a snake. It was the size of New York.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just being pushed around like a
That
a
might
toy.
have been a baby.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the spirit. I was just about to say the iceberg was moving around like a quacking duck in a baby bath,
Mm-hmm.
like a rubber ducky. It was floating on his back, and they said whatever's under this ice is bigger than the New York State.
Whoa.
See that just on its back, it'd be able to destroy the New York State.
It just lays down all the flat.
Right.
Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn?
Right, can you pierce his flesh and control him like a bull? You know, a bull is very fierce, but they could stick that thing in the nose of the bull and control it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that with the Leviathan. He's uncontrollable.
Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft
Oh,
words
like a
unto
dog?
thee?
You know, the supplication means service. Will you throw a bone or a stick and the Leviathan will
The
fetch
new
it?
Godzilla. They actually do it.
They fetch?
Yeah, they have this thing and it sends out a sound and it controls them.
Right. That's what they're trying to do. That's Esau's true mentality. Because if he could and get control of it, he'd weaponize it against us.
Mm-hmm.
But it belongs to our Father Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai is going to unleash this upon you. This is going to be a plague upon this place. On top of all the other plagues that are happening at the same time.
Remember the Nike commercial?
Oh yeah. And it had the Leviathan in there.
Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant
Right,
forever?
like the bear. You know how they get these bears that come into the society and they'll shoot them with rubber bullets and they'll say, oh, the bear will know not to cross this line.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that to the Leviathan. You can't intimidate him. You know, they drop that nuke inside
And
the
you know
water.
the Lord is against Esau. I watched a show, well I used to, about like I survived and stuff.
Yeah.
This freaking bear ripped this Edomite, he was a pastor too, ripped his whole fucking back of his scalp off. And they were hunting him, you know?
Yeah. That's what this Leviathan's about to do.
Mm-hmm.
They call it degloving.
You're going to deglove Esau and his kingdom.
Wilt thou play with him as with a bird, or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens?
Right, and how do you play with a bird? Just like you said, they used a sound instrument. Because if you whistle with a bird or control a bird, you do certain sound things. Like they do for the pigeons. You can't control the Leviathan like that. You saw it?
Mm-mm.
Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants?
Right. Who's that? China? If China could, they'd want to taste him. I wonder what he tastes like.
Cooking him in a pot.
Yeah, I want to boil him and all kinds of shit.
They don't have a big pot enough for that.
Right. Can you part him amongst you?
That's the Lord.
It's
how
talking,
that's something
yeah.
different. Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears?
Right. Because that's how they used to catch the whales or tuna.
Mm-hmm.
They'll bring it in on a string and then they'll stab it with a spear.
Mm-hmm. Even the crocodile, they said he has a hard head, but they could shoot a bullet.
They can't spear him.
They could shoot him in the... Oh, not the Leviathan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they can't spear a little ass alligator,
Mm-hmm.
you can't spear the Leviathan.
Yeah.
Even with your nukes and all that, he has fire coming out of him. That same fire that is in that nuke is inside that animal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, just think when he gets a city, all these Edomites.
There's even scriptures of in the Apocrypha of these newly created beasts of some just having smell that is like a gas, like a skunk, and it's gonna kill you. You smelling it is gonna just fucking look like fucking Total Recall when they go into Mars. You know, they're like eyeballs are popping out and shit.
Oh yeah.
And then they're gonna have animals that actually spit fire, spit acid and shit.
Breathe.
It's gonna be a horrific time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is on top of starvation, disease, and
that reminds me of that scripture.
earthquakes.
Pride goes before a fall. Esau's gonna come out with his robots and all going down. Everybody's gonna be scared, and then the Lord's gonna come out with his.
Right, and what they don't understand, well, they probably do, but they just reject it. Is those spirits that are in those robots are angels too?
Mm-hmm. They're gonna turn on them.
Right.
Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle. Do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down, even at the sight of him?
Right, so pretty much the men, your army, your NATO soldiers, they're going to be full of dread when they see the Leviathan. How much more when they see Yahweh Shai?
Oh, well, I heard, we don't know if it's one Leviathan or more than one Leviathan.
Oh, yeah, there has to be more because the Lord created everything to multiply.
None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Woo.
Right? Because if you can't stand before his pet,
That's his pit bull.
right, how you going to stand before the owner?
Who had prevented me that I should repay him?
It's just like that movie Sandlot. Right? They didn't want to go into the yard to get the ball.
Baseball.
Right.
But they didn't want to knock on the door either. Because they figured, hey, this dog is that terrifying. The owner got to be just as terrifying.
The Leviathan has an attitude.
Yeah.
Who had prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportions. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of
like
his...
a horse, like a wild horse. You know, you'll get a wild horse and you'll tame it. You can't do that to the Leviathan. You can't tame him.
Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth
Oh,
are...
like an alligator, remember on Joe Dirt? He opened the alligator, stick his head in, and then it came down on him. You can't play with the Leviathan like that.
Oh, I don't think he's going to mess around. He's going to just go...
And Esau knows it, because look at the Jurassic Park. And that's dealing with the behemoth. But you got actual behemoth and Leviathans coming out. You got little dinosaurs, and you got gigantic lizard. You know what I mean? Reptilians coming.
His teeth are terrible round about.
Right.
His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a closed
Which I don't
seal.
doubt he'll be able to move all that. His scales make him stand up. You know, make certain things happen, make noises that are going to be painful to some, beautiful to others. Because when you look at the animals that Yahweh Shemi Yahushai created, he's explaining how these animals would move. You know? And that's what happens. Like a dog or even lizards, they can move these scales like a snake. And if you ever seen a snake move, you know those are scales that are pretty much moving on him. And that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna, man, it's gonna be terrifying and beautiful at the same time.
They are joined one to. Will you say something?
I would say they ain't gonna have no power. They're gonna, they'll be powerless.
Powerless, completely. He just said, there's gonna be people that drop dead just from the sight of this animal.
Oh yeah.
And this is one animal in a whole bunch of
You
prophecies.
can just imagine it coming out of the ocean. What is that?
Right? And, 2012, when the whole world's going to chaos,
Yeah.
with that coming out of the water at the same time, that's what it's like talking about.
That's why Esau's like, I don't
Shit
want to.
is hitting the fan.
Esau don't want to do it.
and these monsters come out of the bushes, out of the woodwork. Meat-eating monsters.
Like out of Tar said, he should just give up, but he's not good.
That's why that would. Remember in the Jurassic Park, he's taking a shit. Like he's in a bad spot, and then he's in a real bad spot.
That's Esau.
Yeah. You're in a bad spot, and you're about to be even in a worse spot.
And once you touch his anointed, that's your ass.
In his mouth.
They are joined one to another. They stick together that they cannot be separated.
Sundered.
Right. Pretty much broken apart, right?
It says
Cut. Because how would they pierce an animal? They get under that scale.
like an armadillo.
So he can't be wounded. He's pretty much unpenetrable. That's why they're going to shoot missiles at him and it ain't going to do nothing, just like a cherry.
By his neesings a light doth shine,
Right.
and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning.
Right. Just like a light. On top of being looking like an alligator, pretty much, he's going to be looking with glowing eyes.
Which we can't even imagine.
Well, I'm just saying.